Light is Britain's far-right conspiracy theory paper spreading hate and vicious lies. No, that's what the BBC say. The Light is the only national newspaper bringing you the real news and informed opinion on what's really going on today. You can subscribe, order copies, submit articles, and read back issues on our website, thelightpaper.co.uk, and see for yourself why the establishment are so worried about the uncensored truth getting out to people every month. The Light Paper. Not far right, just right so far. thelightpaper.co.uk.
Scene script. Have you ever pondered the idea of financial independence and early retirement? The notion of not having to clock in at 9 or wrestle with the daily grind? Imagine a life where you're not shackled by financial obligations or a demanding job. It's not an impossible dream, but a reality for those who embrace the FIRE movement. That's financial independence, retire early. Consider the tale of Jane, a woman in her early 30s. Jane was an ordinary person living an ordinary life. She had a 9-to-5 job, a mortgage, car payments, and a lifestyle that was comfortable but hardly extravagant. And like most people, she dreamed of a life where she didn't have to worry about money. Jane decided to make a change. She began by cutting back on non-essential expenses, saving as much of her income as possible. She invested wisely, focusing on assets that generated passive income that didn't require her to trade time for money. Slowly but surely, Jane began to build her financial independence. She was still working, but she was no longer living paycheck to paycheck. She had a safety net, a cushion that gave her the freedom to make choices based on what she wanted, not what she needed. Fast forward 10 years, Jane, now in her early 40s, had achieved her goal. She was financially independent. She had enough passive income to cover her living expenses, and she no longer needed to work to survive. She was free to retire early, to spend her time as she pleased. Jane's story may seem extraordinary, but it's not unique. It's the story of anyone who has embraced the principles of the FIRE movement. It's a tale of discipline, of sacrifice, and of a relentless pursuit of financial independence. To summarize, the key points discussed today revolve around the idea of financial independence and early retirement. It requires discipline and sacrifice, cutting back on non-essential expenses and saving as much as possible. It involves investing wisely, focusing on assets that generate passive income. But most importantly, it requires a change in mindset. It's about seeing money not as a means to buy things, but as a tool to buy freedom. It's about understanding the true value of time and the freedom that comes with not having to trade it for money. This is the essence of the FIRE movement. It's not just about retiring early, it's about achieving financial independence, about gaining the freedom to live life on your own terms. Like Jane, you too can embrace the principles of the FIRE movement and embark on a journey towards financial independence and early retirement. After all, the only thing standing between you and your financial freedom is you.
Ever wondered how much you'd need to save to achieve financial independence? The answer lies within the mathematics of a concept known as FIRE, which stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. The most essential number in your journey to financial independence is calculated by multiplying your annual spend by 25. Notice the emphasis on annual spend, not annual income. This calculation is based on the principle that you need £300 invested for every pound you wish to spend each month in passive income. Hence, your FIRE number is also your monthly spend times 300. This mathematical principle is founded on the 4% safe withdrawal rate, as defined by financial advisor William Bengen. He proposed this rate after analyzing the S&P 500, which typically produces an average of better than 10% growth per year when studied over a period of approximately 30 years. Bengen considered factors such as inflation and market volatility. After studying previous market activity, he concluded that a 4% rate of withdrawal per year would provide for a 30-year sustainable portfolio in the vast majority of cases. So to paint a clearer picture, if your monthly spend is £1,000, then your target for financial independence is 300 times 1,000, or £300,000. Alternatively, if your annual spend is £12,000, your financial independence target is 25 times 12,000, which also equates to £300,000. The first step in planning your financial independence, therefore, lies in understanding your monthly and yearly expenditure. Without this knowledge, it is impossible to take further strides towards your financial freedom. In summary, the mathematics of FIRE revolves around the principle of multiplying your annual spend by 25 or your monthly spend by 300 based on the 4% safe withdrawal rate. Knowing your monthly and annual spend is crucial in determining the amount you need to save to achieve financial independence. Armed with this knowledge, you can then plan your journey towards financial freedom. Remember, the journey to financial independence is not a sprint, but a marathon. Embrace the mathematics of FIRE and take the first step towards your financial independence today.
Good morning, guys. It's 7:59 on Monday the 23rd of February 2026 even. That means we have covered 3 years and 47 weeks of this roughly 8-year FIRE journey, FIRE experiment if you like, and with just about 30 seconds to go until market open. I just want to show you where things were at market close before the weekend. So actually pretty flat. If you look at the green figure there at the top right, the market closed at 0.03% up. And if we actually zoom in a little bit on the graph, you'll see that on the whole the market was pretty much well down on where it had been. There'd been a lot of red. And the tiniest of tiny little green lines at the very end there. I'm not sure we can draw any inferences from that at all. But before we go on, let's have a little look at the portfolio as things stand. So the current market value sitting at 31,700. Return on investment a little under 31%. 327.5 shares in the portfolio with an average purchase price just over £74. Now, while I was talking there, the market has opened, the figures have moved, but while we're waiting for that to settle, let me just draw your attention to Monzo.
I want a bank that makes money easy.
That sounds perfectly reasonable.
And you are?
We're a bank called Monzo.
Oh.
I want a bank that shows me what I spend instantly.
No problem, just give us a go. See?
Can you make splitting bills easy?
Super easy, check this out.
But it's a real faff to sign up.
It takes less than 10 minutes.
Race you.
You're on.
Can I talk to a real person 24/7?
Of course.
Even now?
Yep.
Even now?
Anytime.
Can you tell me when I'm running a little low on cash?
We certainly can.
Cool. Can I afford these?
You certainly can't, sorry. Can't afford that either.
That's a real shame.
Not really. Time's up, how'd you get on?
It's a draw. Can you help me save for my next holiday?
Oh, how about you set up a savings pot in the Monzo app called Barbados, baby?
Thanks for listening, Monzo.
We're all ears.
We can go now.
Rude. You make Monzo Monzo.
Okay, and as mentioned at the bottom of the screen a short time ago, there are affiliate links in the description. There are 3, if I remember rightly, at the present time. One for Trading 212, which expires in about 9 days' time. And I will issue the usual warning against using that affiliate link. And I would say, if you haven't done your homework, if you haven't decided that investing is for you, and if you haven't also compared the different platforms available, whether you do that through YouTube reviews, through testing them out, through some kind of trial offering or something else. If you haven't done those things yet, I would say please don't take up that affiliate link for Trading 212. On the other hand, if you have done that, if you have decided investing is for you, that you would be opening a Trading 212 account anyway, then I would say yes, please go ahead and use that link. And if you do, both you and I could receive a random allocation of shares up to, and I emphasise the up to, a value of £100 each. Excuse me, I think I've got a little thing going on at the minute. I probably need to dose myself with vitamin C. But anyway, moving on, the other affiliate links in the description are for Monzo and Smarty Mobile. Monzo, of course, a bank. Smarty Mobile, well, that's kind of obvious. So all companies that I use personally and I'm very happy with, and I think you would be too. But of course, with everything, do your own research, do your homework. Perhaps you can find a better deal elsewhere. But as I say, those companies, I have found my dealings with them to be, well, they've exceeded my expectations, quite frankly. When I've needed their customer service or whatever, I've been able to get hold of them quickly, if not online. And I've never had any issue that wasn't quickly resolved, and without a lot of extra faff either. You know, the way when you call some companies, they put you through security and all this stuff. If that was necessary, it was minimal, and yeah, it has been a pleasure dealing with them. So let's get back to the stock market. Currently we're sitting down at about 0.5% so far for the day. Not really sure why that appears to be showing a green candlestick at the end there, but perhaps it just needs a little bit of time to correct itself. In the meantime, let's have a little look at the notifications. Nothing really to talk about here. I mean, 2 days ago, there's Open Door Technologies jumped 19% after massive revenue beat and upbeat guidance. Quite frankly, I haven't got a clue what Open Door Technologies are. I mean, you could have a guess, but okay, let's for the sake of argument, right? Let's pretend you could actually do this. I genuinely don't know, but Open Door Technologies, with a jump of 19%, that suggests to me that there has been something, some kind of a big market shift or something. Is it some kind of a security system that has now integrated AI into, I don't know, some kind of system that automatically opens doors when you walk towards it? Has it got facial recognition built in? I'm not sure. Anyway, as I say, that's the only one there. The last notification was from a week ago, which was our last investment point, and at that time we purchased for 95.19 and a half. Let's see. Okay, so the market is actually up from then. Currently sitting at 96.42. So that is interesting. I hadn't actually expected that. I thought it was probably either lower or about the same, but it is actually up a little bit in comparison. As regular viewers to the channel will know, I use the Trading 212 practice platform for my YouTube videos. I use the platform itself for my own investing, but I keep that offline for obvious reasons. And each week I buy £120 of theoretical stock from the portfolio that the practice platform gives you, or not from the portfolio, from the funds that the practice account gives you. So actually, just looking down here, hopefully you can see this. Currently in free funds we have 25,760, so those are free funds, in other words available to be invested. So I'm digging into that at a rate of £120 a week, and that's how I know that this journey, if you like, will take roughly 8 years in total. We're approaching the halfway mark. We have a little bit more to go, but we're getting there. So let's go ahead with today's investment, and we're going to invest £120. We're going to buy the Vanguard S&P 500 exchange traded fund, and at the current market value, so 96.40 near enough, we're going to be buying 1.24 shares roughly. We're trading on the open market, and there is no commission, and let's see how that goes. So we got 1.24 shares for 96.40. The figures on the right have updated, so that gives us a new portfolio value now of 31,000, just under 700. Is that not kind of where we opened at? But then of course the market has opened since and has fallen slightly. The return on investment down slightly now at 30%, and of course we now have another share on top of those that we had before, so 328.8 shares. Thankfully with Trading 212, and I'm not too sure how many of the other platforms do this, but Trading 212 does allow you to buy fractional shares, and I think there's real value in that, because it doesn't mean that if you don't have the funds available to buy a whole new share of something, particularly more expensive stocks like say Tesla or something like that, you can still buy whatever you can afford of a share, and that still counts. So I really like that feature. I think it is good, especially for smaller retail investors like myself. And finally, the average purchase price there, £74.10. Okay guys, I think that is pretty much it for today. We have had a look at the state of the market, we've had a look at the curve, we've seen the ad for Monzo, we've mentioned the affiliate links for Monzo, Smarty, and for the next 9 days, Trading 212 as well. And we've done this week's investment. So all it remains for me to do is to wish you a lovely week, and I will be back next week with more, and hopefully sounding a little better. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you next week.
Woke up one morning, saw the world in a new light. No more 9 to 5, I'm living my own fight. I got a plan that's simple, a number game to play. It's the freedom that I'm chasing, I'm walking away. They said it's impossible, just a dream so far, but I've learned to count the cost. Now I'm driving my own car. I don't need a mansion, don't need a fancy name. I've got peace of mind and I'm free from the daily grind shame. It's not magic, it's maths, it's a clear-cut path. Building wealth day by day, it's all about the craft. I've got my numbers straight, my future's looking bright. No more working for a paycheck, I'm free to take flight. It's not magic, it's maths, it's the way I live. Financial freedom's waiting, with all that I can give. I cut back on the clutter, I got my spending in check, investing in my future, no time for regret. The years go by faster, my money's working too. I got a plan that's steady and it's seeing me through. They said I couldn't do it, said it wouldn't last, but I'm retiring early, leaving all that stress in the past. I'm building my empire, brick by brick. The math's all adding up and it's working real quick. It's not magic, it's maths, it's a clear-cut path. Building wealth day by day, it's all about the craft. I've got my numbers straight, my future's looking bright. No more working for a paycheck, I'm free to take flight. It's not magic, it's maths, it's the way I live. Financial freedom's waiting, with all that I can give. It's the power of the numbers, that's where I stand. I'm taking control and I got the upper hand. No more chasing time, no more chasing fear. With the maths in my favor, my dream is crystal clear. It's not magic, it's maths, it's a clear-cut path. Building wealth day by day, it's all about the craft. I've got my numbers straight, my future's looking bright. No more working for a paycheck, I'm free to take flight. It's not magic, it's maths, it's the way I live. Financial freedom's waiting, with all that I can give. So head to the future, here's to the plan. Financial freedom, it's all in my head. It's not magic, it's maths, and it's mine to take. A life of freedom, no more decisions to make.